Hey, this is Jim, KN4YCD, and you're listening to Caffeinated Radio.
Hi, this is Santiago from Hamburg Online, and you're watching Caffeinated Radio.
Hey, everybody. Joe Brett, K5YVY, and you're watching Caffeinated Radio.
Hey, everybody. I'm the Lion Hawaiian. Wait a second. That's not who I am. I'm Bo, KH7FC, Roving Radio, here on YouTube, and you're watching Caffeinated Radio. Stay tuned.
I'm Hayden, Kilo Delta 9, Sugar Baby from Ham Radio DX, and you're watching Caffeinated Radio.
What's up, guys? I am the Ham Radio Adventure Guy, and you're watching Caffeinated Radio.
What's up? It gets me every time, Sugar Baby, but
I like that
Sugar
one too.
Baby.
Every time.
Sugar Baby.
So now we know why Hayden's so popular, I guess, because he's the Sugar Baby.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
I've got women hanging around his place all the time.
Yeah, I reckon so. But howdy, folks. I'm Steve K5HA. Thank y'all for being here. We got a whole full house tonight. Got a few things to look at. But first, to take care of that obligatory YouTube stuff, if you would hit that like button, hit subscribe. There's some links down below if you want to help support the Padawans, which we're going to talk a little bit about them tonight too. It would be much appreciated. And I've already wiped out most of my coffee for the night, so this might be rough. So, but yeah,
You're just going to fall asleep at the wheel.
Yeah,
I got some if you need it, bud.
Yeah, you might have to help me out. Hopefully, my kid's watching and she'll bring me some more. She did last time, so. But let's head around the room and see who we got. So first up on, see if I can get my sides right. There it is. Chuck.
That would be me. Hey, I'm Chuck, KK6USY, Ham Radio Adventures. Like, subscribe, and hit that all. I'm just get it all out of the way.
And we got Dude. We hadn't had the privilege of having the Dude around.
That's correct. Thanks for having me here on Caffeinated Radio. My first time on Caffeinated Radio.
Dude's been busy, and thank you for joining the channel, dude.
It has been a busy few months, but things are going to slow down a little bit here, which is nice, and we could relax, and we can get back to having a good time on these live streams. So thanks for having me again, Steve. I appreciate it. Hey, everybody in the chat. It's good to see you, too.
Then we got down there in the bottom, T.O.
This guy. Yep. Hi, everybody.
And y'all missed the random waver who stuck her
like
head in
that
the
one.
wave, but you know. And then last but certainly not least is the ape.
Howdy, everybody. Welcome to everybody in chat. Thanks again for putting the show on, Steve. And thanks to the esteemed ham tubers that are here. Dio, you had something you wanted to ask Chuck. We heard a little bit of a rumor.
I can't hear you, Ape. You're on mute still.
No, stop it. I know I'm not. You made me check.
I did. Hey, Chuck, I was going to ask you, is it true that CQ calls you?
It does.
He's the
All
most
the time.
interesting ham in the world.
Well, I heard. Thanks, Joe. I heard he was so mysterious that Bigfoot actually took his picture.
He's the most interesting
and
ham in the world.
My mom has a tattoo that says "son" on it.
He's the most interesting ham in the world.
Oh, you better watch it.
Chat's filling up
I had
fast.
fun with that.
Yep.
I don't always call CQ, but when I do, it's DX.
Andy, thank you for that. Quick little run through who we got in here. I'm not nearly as fast as the Dude on this, but you know. So Goat, Andy, Ape, Amateur Radio on the Air. Thank you for being here, Chuck. Obviously, I'm gonna miss somebody. I know I am. Goat W5FN. I've actually got a buddy in our club who's WF5N, so that kind of threw me there for a minute. JT, thank you for being here. Thump. Keith. Joseph Collins. I don't know if I said you already, Joseph Collins, but I said you again if I did. Evan, Dan, Wild Hogs, and Ham. Tim, who am I missing, y'all?
Joe Brett.
Mike, Joe Brett. Sterling's in the
slow
house.
enough.
Izzo.
I'm not
got his cigar.
Uh-oh.
You're getting the modulation, dude.
We were talking at the same time. Maybe that's what it was.
Maybe.
Say something, dude.
Sad.
Hello.
Nope.
Oh, no, it's you.
Oh, snap. I almost said the other S word.
And then Izzo's in the house. Thank you for being
Kodak.
here tonight, Izzo. So,
Look at that. Joe Brett knows what it is.
So, all right. So, a couple things. I think we're gonna. How do I want to start out? I guess we'll start out with showing off some shacks first, if that's cool with y'all. Y'all
Yeah, man.
So,
look, it's your show, bro. You
but
do
I can't decide whether I
What do you
want
wanna
shacks
do?
or Padawans or shacks. I will say I started a Python class this week because I've messed around with Python a little bit over the years and whatnot, but I've never officially taken a formal course of any sort. And this isn't by any means what I'd call a formal.
You
course.
taught it though, didn't you?
Yeah, but I teach I play around with it kind of stuff, and so I've got my group of 8th grade Padawans this year.
I got a rosy boa. Is that the same thing?
Yes, it is actually. Only for you though. Oh. But so this year, I was talking to my kiddos or my 8th grade group of Padawans, and we started learning. I was like, you know what? I've never actually taken an official course, so I signed up with them, and I paid my $42 to get my fancy schmancy certificate out of the deal. Mostly because I know if I throw $42 at it, then I'm more likely to be like, I'm going to finish this crappy
in
thing.
The game.
That's kind of it. So, but it's a pretty cool thing. It's Charles Severance.
One. Okay, cool. Sorry.
Yeah, you're there. You're not bubbly anymore. So I'm looking forward.
Guys, I just solved the issue. What was causing the problem the whole time?
The whole time?
I don't know about the whole time, but it was this USB underpowered USB hub, and since I'm in the new studio, I plugged back into it, right? So, thank you.
Okay.
That's what it was, I guess. So,
well, ATA, you were saying about that course. Like, there is a I'm always like, I want to learn more about the Arduino, and there's that Dr. Duino stuff that the league kind of is in cahoots with. I think the league is in cahoots with him because I see his ads all the time. And it's cheap. It's like $19 or $29 or something like that. And I'm like, if I spend that money, I feel like I'm getting ripped off if I don't do it.
Well, that's kind of my thinking. And I mean, the course can be free. All the kids are taking it for free. They're not paying for it. But the difference is they don't get access to like the quizzes and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I paid for it. And that way I take the quizzes and then I use the quizzes with them for them to take the quizzes. Because this dude's like, he's like, hey, I do this so that everybody can go teach it. So all the course materials are Creative Commons kind of thing and whatnot. So
that's cool.
Should be fun. So, and I get to learn something new. Well, I mean, it's like I said, a lot of the beginning stuff I already know, but I'm sure we'll get to some stuff that I'm going to have to actually struggle a little for. So it should be fun, and we get to do it together. So, but anywho, so we're going to start with some shacks. Yeah.
That looks like a TO shack.
Yeah, I'm not sure what order these are in TO. Every time I jumped in there to get them, they some of them disappeared and whatnot. I was
just
like,
sort by name. I haven't gotten rid of any of them.
So, I know, but it was funky. I don't know why.
He actually bought Red Hat Linux.
It was a donation from a channel follower. So there's Red Hat Linux and there's Turbo Pascal 1.5 for Windows to play with.
Which is, the last compiler the last formal coding class I ever took was Pascal. So that kind of tells you how long that's been.
Some good looking 3D printed rails on that radio.
That is. That is.
So talk to us, Goose. What all you got in here?
So this is I've got a couple of different angles going on of the workshop that I'm working in. And this is my upcoming projects. Each one of these little priority mailboxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them on this desk, is a upcoming video project of some kind. And then go to the next picture. The 891's got a project coming on it. This is the TO view of the live stream setup. So there's my microphone and my laptop and my FT8 off station and my big war criminal amplifier sitting there. And then that's the Thunder Sisters Wii sitting on the table.
I'm peeking at the amp right now.
He got 2 MacBooks sitting there.
Yep.
He does.
I'm running a collection. That one on the left is an old MacBook Air, and it's plenty powerful enough to do FT8 off.
And how many watts is that amp?
That is a 811H, so it's an 800 watt amp, so that means about 400.
So sweet. All right, you ready for the next one?
Yeah.
Hold on, you said that's a Wii? Is that a Wii over there?
The white box on the right side. Yep.
Yeah.
Is Wii is still a thing?
Wii is
what they play Mario Kart on.
Wii's are awesome too.
I lost my internet today. Right in the middle, I was working, and all of a sudden the internet's dead. I'm like, what's going on? I ran out to my wife. I said, hey, the internet just died. And she's like, well, check the router. And I go and check the router, and I'm looking around on the shelf where it is, and there was a Wii sitting there. But I didn't know it was a Wii at first. I thought it was just a CD-ROM bay. I was like, what is that doing here? Turns out my old lady didn't pay the bill.
Oh, wait a minute. Go back one.
She's gonna have to go.
So
to
on the lower right-hand side, there's
Chuck
two
is ready.
cardboard boxes. Those are Radiodity Ratty weather radios, and
Oh,
we're
yeah.
giving those away this Saturday.
Oh,
We are.
The suspense builds. What else
so
might we be giving away?
Coffee and ham radio. So make sure you're there to win some ratty stuff and
Hey-
whatever else.
Hey, good game. You mentioned Wii Bowling.
Yeah.
Do you know the secret to that game?
Being high.
You gotta
drink more.
turn your wrist at.
You literally flick your wrist like this every time you get strikes every time.
Oh well, I would have to remember that. So
I got the triple turkey playing once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right.
right.
Let's- boom.
The
And then
liquor?
this is where I do the repair work. So I've got the camera on a microphone boom arm on top. I've got the desoldering gun. I've got the oscilloscope, and I don't know how to use that yet. I'm still working.
It looks
on
like
that.
it's wired up though. You got it all wired up right.
It's wired up and it is working, but I need to calibrate it, and I need something that I can probe around with. And that little white box comes from FEP Labs Jim, and I got to get back with him and start working on that. And then the compact portable. There's a video series on that one. I had to do a lot of repair work to get that thing up and running. So that's where all the magic, all the smoke and solder happens.
Well, that compact radio, it looks pretty dang all similar to the scope.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's probably weighs pretty close.
And
Is that a
speaking of
Raspberry Pi
scopes,
in the middle.
FEP
Those
is
are external hard drives.
Oh, okay.
FEP Labs just showed up because we started talking about scopes.
His ears were burning.
Mm-hmm.
You say it 3 times quick and Jim shows up. Oscilloscope.
See some fangs.
My pair of Baofangs. One's a B-Tech, one's a Baofang. They put Baofang in the name there so they can sit together and be happy.
We got them Harry Potter glasses sitting there.
I do. Those come from Townsend's.
If you put 2 Baofangs together like that and you leave them alone for a while, do they replicate?
Well, you can see there's a little one starting to
Wait,
grow
what?
over on the left there.
Oh yeah. I'll
Yeah,
be
I'm
excited
waiting.
to see. Hope you
Little
get
little baby fang.
I hope you get a UV5G.
The 3R, the 3R, or whatever it is. The little one.
Ape, I posted something in the Discord if you want to. That's kind of cool.
I'll check it out real quick.
There's my storage and organization system.
Yeah, and I'm sitting there thinking, you get these boxes free at the post office, don't you?
I do, and then eventually I mail stuff out in them, so it's all legal.
You got to say that. Yeah, absolutely. Good job.
So that's I need to utilize that organizational system myself because my wife would certainly tell you that it's kind of a hot mess over there. What's in the bag?
That is the QCX Mini radio and battery and antenna and Morse code key. So that's a complete radio station. It's a shack in a bag.
Sweet. And there's one of the old faithfuls back there.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Commodore products on that shelf. There's a Commodore 64, a VIC-20, a Commodore Plus 4, a Commodore 64 motherboard, and a Commodore 64 in a box.
I don't think I know what a Plus 4 is.
I don't either. I saw it and I bought it and I haven't even turned it on yet. That's another video that's coming up soon. And there's a Commodore 16 above it, so all kinds of fun stuff.
Oh, and my favorite's up on the right corner there.
What's in that crown bag?
Yeah, that's
just talked about it.
I'm sorry, I was busy. I just sent you another picture, ATA.
Oof. All right.
I sent
And
you
then
one
there's
more too.
There's a ZX81 there, and nobody's talking about the CB.
I can't see it.
We
Where
talked
is
about
it?
CB. Hang on, let me.
Dead center.
It's a little bit small of a picture.
In the
for me.
box. Pro 5100 XL CB.
Oh, it's a
8000.
Uniden.
Unidan. Yeah.
Oh, the
You-
Pro,
you-
the Pro
you-
model. Those are actually good little radios, to tell you the truth.
Little is a key word there.
Yes.
So I have 2 questions for you, Tio.
Go for it.
Number 1, what percentage of your house does your shack make up?
It's a really weird situation. So this house is about 100 years old, and it has what's considered a 3 seasons porch. So
Oh, yeah.
This room that we're looking at is the 3 seasons porch. So there's no heat, there's no air conditioning in this room.
Ooh.
And it is 7 foot wide and 19 foot long. It's a really weird space.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. And my last question was, how much RFI do you generate in your shack, or is it pretty mild?
It's pretty mild because I use the DX Commander antenna, and that's actually like 150 feet away.
Oh, okay.
So I really have no problems with RFI in the shack whenever
Okay.
I'm doing like FT8 or anything like that because the antenna's so far away.
Excellent. I see. So you have a line out. Cool. Thank you.
And I get to take that chance or opportunity. Anybody in the chat, you have questions about that stuff, throw it out there. We'll try to catch it and see. I don't know. I've kind of not done a good job of following. I was busy looking at your pictures. So
I'm kind of keeping an eye on it there. T-Ray, congratulations on your DX Commander.
Jose is shaming Tio for not having an Amiga in there, the Amiga 1000.
Anybody wants to send an Amiga, I'd be happy to play with it. I don't know anything at all about them. They're neat.
They were neat, at least back in the early 90s or whenever it was I played with them. But
I never had an Amiga that I can recall.
That's an 8 picture. I'm not sure why it came up first, but
This is mine, actually.
oh, okay, that's a Chuck picture.
I had a guy give me this. It's I don't really know. It's like some kind of an RFI bridge, and I don't know if you sent the other picture. There's a bunch of parts that go with it, and
I think I only got one.
Was that a Heath kit?
No,
It's a 705 in the upper left
We
corner.
looked this thing up, didn't we? Ape? It's like about $1,500 or $2,000 or something for this thing. The guy
If you zoom up in on it, like I found like a catalog from like 56 that had this thing in it, right?
And that was
There we go.
706.
Boonton.
Yeah, Boomtown is a RF admittance bridge.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it admittance bridge RF. It allows RF. I don't know.
It
Well,
has all these little things that go in it. And,
So this is. Let me see if I can get this here. This is an RF. What do they call this thing? An RF bridge. And so, when you use this thing, you squirt RF into one side. You have your DUT, your device under test, on the other. You have the signal that you have your reference load. So, like, you might put a 50 ohm load on here, and then what it does is allows you to measure SWR return loss. I don't know if this is what this does, because it's got things like, look at this conductance and and capacitance, things that you can adjust.
send him that other picture, because that's those things are all different ohm settings, I think, and stuff.
I did not see the other picture.
Oh, it was after that one. Sorry. I just thought of that.
No, you got to hit the upload button, because it's not in there.
It did. It's in there.
This is what we deal with, folks.
Oh, it's in there. It's in there. I'm sorry.
Guys, Chuck got a Twitter, though.
Yeah, I noticed that. Chuck's on Twitter.
Mr. Twitter now.
Go follow Chuck on Twitter.
Chuck got a Twitter?
Chuck got the Twitter.
He's a
Twitter's
Twitter.
never been more
Damn,
reliable.
son.
I wonder why you hadn't followed me. I don't know.
I'm waiting for that other picture to show up. So
Give me 1 second here.
That was
Steven.
this thing was really. It looks brand new, and they were just going to throw this thing away. And I was like, I really don't need it. And I'm like, yeah, I'll take it.
it's kind of the way it
Well,
goes.
you better take it. That thing's cool. It's the cool green.
I know it's going to go in the back here one of these days.
That's why I thought it might have been a Heath kit.
Yeah,
does-
it
does
looks
have
awful
that
Heath Kitty.
green, but it's,
Can we go back to the
what's
Twitter
bought
thing?
this.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, please. My bad.
Back to Twitter. Go ahead. I don't
How
care. I
come-
don't know anything about it.
How come my mom followed you before me, Chuck?
That followed. I don't
Oh,
know.
damn.
But we both follow each other, your mom and I.
Uh-oh.
And your dad just followed me too. I don't know what he meant by that. But,
Dan the beer snack says, now that Chuck got Twitter, everybody's
This could
moving
go
to
all
TikTok.
kinds of wrong. Oh my
yeah, you
goodness.
guys good at TikTok. I won't be
So
following.
what is this we're looking at here? Hang on,
This goes in that machine someplace.
let me get a
No
measure.
slugs.
They're called standards, reference standards.
I should have turned them.
Whoa, what just happened there?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Oh,
where'd it go?
more coffee. More
I
coffee,
don't.
Stan.
I don't
coffee.
want to see all your photos.
More coffee.
Yeah, be careful clicking on that all photos.
Yeah, you might. Yeah, 'cause, you
That's
know,
what
Maybe you in your
OnlyHams.
short pants. Your
You
short
see on
pants.
oldie hams, you know.
Ooh, how about I just crash?
I don't
that
know,
for a
Jim.
second?
Everybody else is finding it.
Hang-
North Country Hams made an appearance. How you doing, man?
It's
Nuggets in the chat.
What
let
is
me
it?
reshare that.
RD KK6USY HRD. I think is what you're
HRA.
HRA.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Adventures. How do you spell adventures, Chuck?
With a D.
I start with a D, but
He always
you know.
putting a D in it.
think
All right,
I've got a bunch of people hit me.
what do we got here?
These go in it, and if you can see them, they all. I wish I should have turned it for you. Sorry.
They're like slugs.
Yeah, they go in there, and they all have different.
They're reference standards.
Yeah, they all have different standards.
It doesn't tell what they are, but like when I was showing on this little bridge, like so if I was going to do like 75 ohms, then I would for this, it says ref here. You probably can't see that, REF. But so that's where I would put, like, I'm going to use the one for my Nano VNA, the 50 ohm load, and put it on there. Now I think that this is a much simpler version of that, but
it takes up
I don't
a lot
know.
less space for sure. That thing's heavy. I almost pulled it. Never mind.
Blow out your O-ring carrying that thing around.
Right. Yeah, it looks kind of heavy.
And the reference standards don't look too easy to lug around either.
Yeah,
no, those things. It's all packed up like it's never been used, and I wish I knew what. One of these days, I'm going to figure out what to do with it.
Here we go. Don's up to his old tricks.
Don says, "When's the last time those were calibrated?" I don't
Yep,
know.
There's always one in the crowd.
Don probably knows what this thing is. I don't know.
He probably does. He's probably got the manual.
That was sitting on Don's desk at work for the last 10 years.
Yeah. Now he's wondering where they went. Now he knows.
Chuck got him.
Yeah. They were going to throw this stuff away. I'm like, I can't let this stuff go in the garbage, in the dumpster, you know.
No, it's cool stuff, man. I would have taken it.
Something went wonky here again.
It's
those are
cool.
all stainless steel too.
Even if you're not going to use it, I mean, like for display purposes, that thing is awesome, right?
What do we got here?
Look at
It's
that.
the
That's
most
official
interesting
right there.
shack in the world.
Your call signs on there.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
You can actually see the Chuck KK6USY sticker on my beer fridge right there.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
right above.
Yeah,
DX,
look for
isn't it?
hints for who Ape is.
So this is the core of the Ape Shack. This is the part that never changes. Like I got a 705 I play with, a G90, just some other radios and stuff like that. But in the back, way in the back there, you see my great. Actually, if you look underneath the shelf, you'll see like a purple light. That's my computer back there. So my desk is pulled out about 1.5 feet from the wall, so I can squeeze back there and do work. But I keep the computer back there.
That's a good way to do your desk if you can get behind it and fix things.
I couldn't for a long time, and then I was like, in order to run wires, I had to get on under the table, and then I had to lean over the table, and it just sucked. So I was like, I'm going to pull that out from the
Wait
wall.
till you're 50 like I am.
I'm not far from 50. I can tell you
I
that.
always thought you were more graceful than that, Abe.
Well,
Now-
I'm good on my toes, but when I got to lay on the floor, it ain't so good.
One thing I do want to call attention to, though, Smoking Ape does not have a call sign, and you can see the waterfall display on his 7300 is totally blank, and that's because he's 100% legal and does not even have any antenna.
He transmits into a dummy load.
And you
look
can
at
see
that
what frequency he
waterfall,
likes
man.
to hang out on too. So yeah.
Well,
So
what
he's
happened?
an extra.
What happened was that I disconnected my antenna because we had some thunder. And, the Thunder Sisters. So I disconnected it for that. But that's a
And you still have a noise
Graycom.
floor.
Great setup for a Smoking Ape shortwave listener. That is my Graycom GRE 500. It's a digital trunking scanner, P25 encrypted. I'm sorry, equipped. And so I have that there, and in front of that is the FT 70D. We're actually giving one of those away on Toads. And then I got my Raspberry Pi action sitting there. My Yaesu 2800. I love this thing for 2-meter action.
No.
You got two
Got a
pies there.
65 watt.
I got 2 Pis. I do. It's this one's 75 watts, I believe.
75 watts. All right.
Yeah. And then I got that's my MMDVM DMR hotspot. Above that is the MFJ 894, my SWR meter and power meter, watt meter. The was that the 4230 power supply? I just switched to that about, I don't know, maybe about 9 months ago or so. And then my AT Pro 2, AT100 Pro 2 auto tuner.
Nice.
Yeah, they're good.
How many amps
Switching
is that
one.
power supply?
30
It's
amps.
30. Yeah.
Okay, that's nice.
Yeah, MFJ actually sent me that. It was really, really cool of them to do that. Behind the HTs, you can see the MFJ power strip that I use, the surge protector.
Yeah, right there.
They sent me that too, which was awful cool of them. And then that's just the edge of the Mackie Pro FX10 mixer.
Ooh, that's nice. Yeah, that's how you sound so good, huh?
Yeah, well, I got to do something.
If I change those settings on my mixer, I could sound like you, right?
Yeah. So Don's asking where the amp is. You know what? I'm not an
need
amp guy. I'm not an amp guy.
Ape automatically adds dB anyway, so
Right.
he doesn't need an amp.
I'm afraid I'll get an amp and burn the house down. where are all the toroids? They're all over the place. But it's not too bad, right?
Yeah, see, I'm just gonna leave this up here the whole time and let people try to dissect it and figure out who the ape is.
Judging by the color of the background wall, they only use that color in Nebraska.
I noticed he was careful to put this on, 5.2 so that nobody could try to
see any repeaters that I was on. Couldn't see local repeaters.
Right. Yeah, you took what? I took like 2 seconds to take my picture. So.
Yeah, but you're not the anonymous ape.
That's right.
Yeah,
and then on top of that is my little OtterBox that I keep all my SD card action in. So on top of the
cornflower blue.
Yeah.
Cornflower.
This is why Ape is so calm on his streams, is because that blue has that calming effect.
Sure enough.
All right.
Oh, this is a mess. Sorry.
Yeah, it's a mess, but that's okay. I don't even have a picture of my own. We're looking at
that was cleaned up.
Chuck.
Huh?
All right, Chuck.
Chuck watching Chuck.
All right, start to the left. I got my microphone there, and then the second microphone in the back. I got tired of switching back and forth, so that's another one from my radio for the 3000. Got my computer there in the middle. I was doing some editing when I took the picture. Got my camera. That's the camera I'm using right now.
And what camera is that?
That is a Sony 5100. That's the one I use for the live stream stuff. It's actually my wife's camera. She doesn't use it, so
we won't tell her.
And actually down below there is my 6100, and then my little DJI sitting there. I was downloading footage. Then in the middle there is a FTDX 3000. That's my main radio that I use at home.
Oh,
and the little blue thing, that's just the speakers.
I have those exact same speakers.
Yeah,
not here.
The blue light went out on one.
They're in the other computer room.
And then 2980 on the right there. It's hard to see because I should have lit. I didn't think about turning it on. And I used that the other day. I can't believe how warm that bad boy gets. But
mine doesn't get hot, but I don't push it at 80. Mine only goes to 75. I don't run it hot. I usually run it.
I was DXing on 2 meter. Come on.
Dan wants to know if it's radio amp tuner or radio tuner amp. It's radio amp and then tuner if your tuner's got sufficient girth to handle it, strength to handle it. The amp itself has a tuner. That's what all the knobs are on the front of it, and you need to match the ohms of the tubes to the ohms that the radio expects. So that's what you need to fiddle with there. Get the radio and the amp to match each other.
Where do you want to start, Steve? At the bottom?
Wherever you want, brother.
That's it. Well, the bottom is my amp. It's a 1000-watt amp, AL80B.
And this American. This is how my Padawans can always hear Chuck whenever I post in Discord.
I run it
Padawans are on the air.
Yeah, I run about 700 watts because my buddy, it has one single something 500. I'm sure Don will throw it up there at the actual number, Z500 or something like that. And then above that is a AT2K Palstar tuner. It's good for legal limit, I think.
It's one of them manual things, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't play with the. That's all I use in the shop here.
So your Moxon that you feed that amp into, right? Isn't that what you do, Chuck?
No. My Moxon's never been hooked up to this amp.
What antenna do you run off that amp?
I've got a 80 meter doublet, so 80 and down.
Yeah,
down to 6 or so. I've got.
It goes down farther than that.
Yeah, it probably will. I've got
or up.
A Mosley tri-bander 3-element up on the tower.
And that's 20 meter?
That's 20, 15, and 10.
How much gain does that have on 20?
On 20, see, 20 is, it's like 6 or 7.
So you're like squirting like 2,000 watts worth of juice, right? Like
legally,
when you're talking peak envelope. I'm sorry, effective radiated power, not peak envelope power.
That's right.
That's why DX calls you.
That's right. And up on the tower, also, Don says, "Don't forget my tower." That's all the antennas we're talking about now are on the tower. And above the Mosley is a homemade LFA 6 meter, 5-element. An LFA basically the driven unit looks a little bit like a Moxon. It's all enclosed, so they're supposedly quieter. And I got the plans to build it and bought all the stuff to buy it. Bought all the stuff to build it, and it works really good. I've got into the farthest I've gotten so far on 6 is like Tennessee and that area, up and down around the Tennessee distance there, and that's pretty much only when the band is open. Otherwise, I can go up and down the state with it, but there's nobody on 6. Everybody thinks it's dead unless it's hopping. And I've got on top of the 6 meter antenna, I have a 2 meter 7 element M squared, and I have that set up for sideband. And I can get into Fresno sometimes on that, not as well as I did in the video because that was a better location. And then I have a 40 meter half square on the back too, but I don't have it hooked up right now. When my painter came by, I took the cable back for it for now. That thing will load up on 160 and does pretty well up and down from LA area or San Diego up into Washington. When I've gotten on 160 a few times, 160 gets you some points sometimes in the contest. Then it's my controller I got a tail twister that turns all that. And I'm pointing, but you guys can't see what I'm pointing at. And then the Daiwa SWR meter and power meter up there. It's a really nice one. It looks a little bit similar to the one the MFJ that Ape had. Looks very similar to it. It works really good. And that's pretty much it, I think, other than some cables and stuff. Stuff I didn't pick up off my desk before I took the picture.
Well, it's pretty legit, Chuck. I mean, Chuck's a legit ham here, right?
I don't have too many problems making contacts when I want to. But
No, you really don't.
No, and I kid you not. If I drop in the Discord that I got Padawans on the air, Chuck's generally there pretty quick. And yeah, Christiana, I'm sorry about that. It looks like maybe you dropped that super chat while I was fiddling around with pictures or something. So she's going for her angiogram tomorrow. Not that I know exactly what that is. I think that's a heart thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so good luck with that. Hope everything works out for you. And I apologize about missing that. I was.
Yeah, good luck with it, Christiana.
We were busy looking at pictures and not paying attention to the chat. So
everybody wishes you the best, and like I said, you have my email address. If you need anything, shoot me an email. We'll see how we could help you out.
Sure. So, and I'd just like to, when we get back to this, for Christiana there, anybody that if you guys ever get a chance to get some type of a Yagi, Moxon, or Make It, whatever, try it because you'll be surprised how quiet your system. Because we're looking at Ape's scope there earlier with no antenna hooked up. To tell you the truth, on 20 with my my Mosley, it looks kind of like that most of the time. Except
I feel like that was a stab at me.
It's a little bit of a burn.
Yeah. Hey, but this is my new microphone stand that I got, the Blue Compass, and it was inspired by the Chuck. See right there. See that?
Yeah. I don't know if you can see mine or not.
But that was inspired by the Chuck arm that he's got over there.
There you go. Hey, Chuck, I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed you don't have a green mat like T.O. and Ape. Do you have a green mat?
I guess you've never watched my videos.
Nope. Never seen a KP6USY video. Where do you put your green mat?
Is it back in the corner there?
Okay, so it is in this ham shack. So your ham shack is your studio, is your everything pretty much, right?
Everything here. Yeah, I just bought this nice little aluminum table, and I'm like, this is pretty cool. Yeah, until I used it, and then it's like this the whole time. Every time I touch it, it's like so. I'm going back.
Oh yeah.
I'm clamping back onto my desk again.
No Code's asking what the power input on the mixer is. I'm not sure I understand what he's asking there.
I don't have a mixer, so.
Mine just has a 2.5 millimeter wall wart plug on the back of it.
It's weird how it screws in, though, right?
It is, but that's probably so it doesn't pop out or anything like that.
Look at that comment. Dude, you should have just asked your mom. She would.
Oh!
I told you that's just gonna go downhill.
Yeah.
I can't help it that she said her favorite YouTuber was Chuck.
But we had this different mixer. We had the Behringer 860. I don't remember what it was. But that one didn't have an on-off button, and that drove me bonkers.
No on-off button.
We got to start an episode. What drives me bonkers by smoking ape?
Right.
I'm gonna get my
What grinds my
Behringer out.
gears.
So,
Where's the
sorry.
rotator controller, Chuck? Don wants to know.
Oh, hang on.
I talked about it. It's right there.
No, Don, you ask him yourself.
Where's right there, Chuck?
Right
side,
right
left
below
side?
the meter up there on the
Below
right.
the meter, above the tuner.
The white, yeah, right there. That's
Right there.
that's the controller right there. It's
All ham gear looks the
360
same.
360 degrees of fury right there.
But you know, it's 0 through 359. To get that other one, you got to go back around.
You got to go all the way around
No,
again.
actually, it's actually 370 degrees of fury.
T-Ray's
It's just a little past
asking.
one direction.
T-Ray's asking if we use microphones with our computers. I mean, with our radios. I will want some license. But Chuck, you do, right? You want to tell them a little bit about how you set up?
Yeah, I used to use this one. This is a Electro Voice, but I got tired of switching them back because the night that Carlos was doing the jump, I was always on the wrong microphone, so I just changed it back. And I've got, tell you the truth, this one's a pile. Let's pull it out here. If you want a really good, it's called Ultra Voice. Oh, it's a
Is that the little one or the big one?
This little one right here.
Okay.
The number is XM8500, and it's a Behringer. This thing is 20 some bucks, and they sound really good. I mean, it's borderline this thing right here. I could hook it up for you, but
Beer snacks, cracking jokes. He says it's Apollo what?
Apollo what? What's he talking about?
I've recently started using my Heil Pro 7, I think it is again. It was, the headset with the microphone on it.
Yeah, I've got one of those too.
Yeah, Thump made me a cable for my microphone. But when I put it in, I was having a problem. I don't remember what it was. But I need to change that because I want to use this mic through the mixer into the radio.
Looks like a Wii nunchuck right there.
Yeah, it does. You going to go play some Wii bowling?
Yeah, that's
remember the trick.
Push to talk button. It's a little stiff. When I get into some big pileups, it's a good workout.
All right.
For one finger.
And this is the beginnings of the new Padawan shack.
Awesome.
So, yeah, we moved
that.
rooms this year, and so it's not installed yet because I am technically waiting for the okay that I'm really not going to get anyway. I'm just going to stick it in the window.
It's not installed. Is that what you said?
So no, it's not installed yet because I have to go pick up some window locks up here.
He's got that Rig Expert Stick Pro sitting right there. Look at that.
Yeah, I stuck that out there because next week
nice.
I'm going to have a whole list of. I've kind of fallen off on publicly thanking all the folks, and I mean this was a box full of goodies. So next week we're going to go through some of these goodies here. But yeah, I put that out there because I was showing the kids today some of the stuff.
Is that the Baofeng HF radio?
That is the Baofeng HF radio right there. Yeah, it looks remarkably like a 7300 right here.
I'm talking in the mute. Let's get a zoom in action on that thing.
So yeah, so we're gonna, and of course, call sign right there. And much like Ape's radio, the waterfall is empty because there is no antenna going through coax going through.
I thought it was one of those wireless antennas.
Yeah, it is. It's Bluetooth, and
that's the same power supply right there that I got.
That is the exact same power supply. MFJ sent that for the Padawans last year, and so it's works like a champ. This is Izzo was in the house, and he should recognize that. That's the Asden 2-meter rig that he gave us. And
Asden, that's the
that's
brand
an
name?
old brand. Yeah, they don't make them anymore. Good radio though. I had no idea how to program it, and I wasn't being patient enough with it, so I gave it to
Izzo had a mullet when he bought that radio.
Yep.
That's how old it is.
So one of the Padawans went and found it online and programmed it all up for us. So that was pretty cool.
Cool.
So he learned how to do that, and I got the radio program. That's a close-up of the 7300. And, of course, Corona times, there's the Germex. Another close-up of that. That's close-up of that window pass there. And I did a video on one of these similar to that. And MFJ has done a bunch to help.
Is that a marshmallow cooker there?
It is, actually. That's a marshmallow cooker.
Are you guys making an antenna out of that?
Well, I probably
Just
could,
gave me an
honestly.
idea.
But
Just
I
an
use
antenna.
I use
I was gonna
that
say,
for the ground end, the low end on the KM4 ACKN fed half wave. I zip tie it to that, and I can stick that in the ground because my old classroom I'm not allowed to permanently leave it out there. Now the new one, I haven't been told no yet, so I'm going to take that as a yes. I can put an antenna up. So, but it's this there because we love our marshmallow stick.
Inertia.
Dan saying it's a breaker finder, and dude, you got an email you want to check?
yeah, give me just a second here to download it because I don't want you guys seeing my email if I accidentally click off of it. So here we go.
Yeah, this hot mess right here is the project area that it's still kind of in process of being put back together.
All right,
I have that Arduino robot car.
Yeah, we've got a bunch of those. This is one of those. This is the area of the classroom. See, I got like a day to move my room, and I finally got told we're moving. So this is the part that's still in progress. So we've got Sphero robots here, and this is the tape measure Yagi. And this is actually the one that we built in Teachers Institute, and Larry Kendall built it, and he's like, "Hey, give this to one of your kids."
That's awesome.
And then we've got over here some of the soldering stations. Some of these guys all of these guys that y'all have sent out for the Padawan. So thank you on that. And then over here is actually another table just like these. So the idea is when it's finally done, I'll have room for 4 to 6 kids at each station to work on projects, build stuff. And
so did you get a room for just this?
No, my classroom this is my classroom as well. And
okay.
So my classroom is actually the other half. So I think
hold on. What is that Gordian knot that you have sitting there on that?
That?
You tell us.
Not nice.
That's
Come on, you're the knot guy.
That's a bundle of rope
Why you talking about
I found in the closet. And
that's right. That's the official term for it, Gordian knot.
And I don't know whose bundle of rope that was, but it was unclaimed, so it became mine. So
now there's world maps. I don't see the Yesu or the Texan symbol on those maps.
No, you don't. You see the purchase these off this one. I think my wife got me that one off Amazon for the kids. Here you can't really. Yeah, let me see if I have a better picture of the front of that.
Well, there's an orange. Oh, look at that orange Pelican case in there. That's a knockoff Pelican case.
Yeah, that's the Apache case.
The Apache, yeah.
That's what this travels in. That's what the 7300 travels in. And
it's a nice lamp you got there too.
Yeah, well, I don't like the LED. They put those LED lights in there, and I don't like them. When you're looking at a computer screen all day, it gets the glare kind of wonky. But what was I going to show you? There's the Morse code poster that my wife made for me, and if you look really closely, you'll see there's like a extra bright white one on the X because she got that one wrong, and I was like, that's not X, so she covered it up.
That's great.
She's probably not still watching at this point, so I can go ahead and tell you, regardless of the fact that they tell you not to look at a poster, she made it for me, so it's up.
Well, you got to put it up. You're being deep.
It's shack art. It's beautiful.
We can zoom in a little bit and see. That's my no spoon feeding poster because I'm not going to spoon feed him anything.
He's laying it down tough. He's even got the Ohm's law diagram on the wall there.
Yeah, we've got those kind of in. I've got them on 2 sides of the room, and I don't put them all the way around it just so that.
You need to get one and send one of those to Keo to print out for his lab.
So when they take the online test, you can go, look, nothing over there, nothing over there.
Actually, their testing area is actually in front of that, so it's like it would be kind of equal to this table. So they shouldn't be able to see it from there, but if I have to, I can. It's just like sticky tacked up there anyway. And this is some of the goals of stuff that the kids over time have decided that they want to try to do with ham radio, which I thought was really pretty cool when they first started. They did their homework on what kind of stuff they wanted to figure out how to do, and DXPeditions and stuff like that, contesting, and we had a pretty decent turnout of Padawans at Field Day, which was fun.
That's always the best time. I mean, honestly, you get them all there. They really get to experience HF for the first time in that group feel and kind of like that team effort in a way.
I see a little solder station action over there on the shelf.
Yeah, we've got several of those. Chuck sent several of those to us. His are inside this box, I think, is where some of those are. But yeah, those are those will be used. We go through soldering tips like crazy. But
Oh, really?
well, you know, they're
Monte.
12, so yeah. Sometimes they kind of forget those things, but you know, those are cheap.
I think
else?
I sent you. Didn't I send you a couple kits too? I think.
Yeah,
The tip kits.
yeah, I've got a couple tip kits and stuff like that. I don't.
It's the same as the Hakos. If you same kit.
Yeah, I buy the same kit. What else am I gonna look at there?
Can I trouble you for a moment to share my screen?
Absolutely, you can. Hang on, let me.
So
I think I have to stop sharing, don't I?
thank you. And while you do that, I'm going to do a big call out to action here. Okay. So I'm calling out on everybody watching right now. And, you know, we're a big community. We always like to help each other in need. We help Goodgame out when we can. And Christiana is going through some procedures and some tests coming up here and could really use our support. So let's go ahead and everybody, if you have a QSL card, go ahead and send it to N6KV. Just wish him well. So, you know, basically he'll be getting a pour of emails in and kind of feel reassured. I'm going to do the same thing. If you don't have a QSL card, write a note, you know, send a sticker, whatever you got to do.
Handwritten note does wonders.
Dude, we have, we do actually have a backup sticker pack we could probably send over there too, right?
Oh yeah. We'll send you a sticker pack, Christiana. Thanks for all your support. You're going to get that coffee and ham radio sticker pack. I might have a Goodgame sticker still too.
I've got one going out of the way. You're good.
Okay, cool.
I'd like to ask her if that picture is that from California, even though she's from Oregon.
Yeah, I'm curious about that
It looks
picture.
like Mount Shasta from Shasta Lake.
You know how awesome it would be to like
Is that
have
up
a
in
radio right
Sierras?
there?
Shasta has really good orange cola.
Yeah, that's where they make it. It's the water.
Are you kidding or are you being serious?
I'm kidding.
But this is our time to shine. It's what we really do best. It is what we do best. I know, right? It's what we do best, guys. So and women. Let's go ahead and send our support. You know,
she used to live in California. Is Christiana? Is that Lake Shasta and Mount Shasta? I just wondering. It looks too full for Shasta these days.
But yeah, so and you know, Christiana's in our chats and in our videos all the time. So thank you for the support, and we will certainly do our bit to help you out too. So hope everything goes well.
Thank you for that screen. I appreciate that time.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I'm actually in Klamath Falls every once in a while.
So I've heard of it. That's the best I got. And I think that's the end of what I got right there. Let's see.
Oh, Lake Siskiyou. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's the last picture. So, yep. So that's it. It's a work in progress. Like I said, it's pretty cool.
No, man, it's an awesome setup there. I mean, I want to come and play. You know what I mean? Like when I see that, I think about my when I was in school, we didn't have STEM. We had like the computer lab, and I used to hang out in there a little bit. And we never had anything cool like this. You know what I mean? Like we had everybody. There was a box in the front of the room where you put your floppy disk, and you go into class, you get your floppy disk out, and you put it in, and you write your code. And this is awesome, ATA. You really cool.
So, yep, and my program's kind of changing a little bit because they restructured our schools. You know, I used to get sixth graders that I started their ham radio stuff, and then I got them back again. Evening Jim, Plasma Storm, thank you very much. I got them back in 8th grade, and now we don't have 6th grade anymore. So it's I was a little bit concerned as to how this was going to go because I went from teaching 40-ish kids ham radio stuff to potentially 140 kids. But I'm out of study guides already. I mean, just talking to it, the kids are coming up and checking them out. So
when you're doing this stuff with Python, what platform? Are you just doing it on like Windows, or are you doing it on Linux, or what?
Well, the school issued them Chromebooks, so we're using. I think the site that they're using is Python Everywhere. It's an online just environment they can play with. Some of them have their own laptops and they can do it that way, but it's a little funky the way the school's done it. So,
have you seen those new Raspberry Pi Picos that use the mini Python?
I have not.
Yeah,
dude's head spinning like a top. Do you have one within arm's reach, dude?
Yeah, give me 2 seconds. You talk about it, and I'll be right back.
Yeah, so it's a really small microcontroller that they're putting out at the Raspberry Pi Foundation, that runs an embedded form of Python on it. So like the Arduinos are used like a C++ language.
Yeah.
Now these Raspberry Pi micros don't have the best amount of memory or processing units on them, but they're cool. They're very functional. Jim Greer's asking MicroPython or CircuitPython. It's MicroPython as I understand it. It might be pretty cool if you check them out and you like them. The boys at we'll make sure to get you some for your class.
So we will definitely look at them. So what you got up there, dude?
I'm not sure how well this is going to show out since I got a green screen going, right? But this is a Pi. Well, no, it actually is fine. This is a Pi Zero. This is a Pi Zero, right?
Yeah.
And then this is your Pico, so it's even smaller than the Pi Zero, to give you an idea there. But yeah.
Oh, that's cool. It's the blue from your background that we're seeing.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
It's keyed out on the green on the circuit board.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it actually worked out pretty well. But it's even smaller than the Pi Zero, to give you an idea. I think I'm going to play. I like Python. I think it's the coolest. I think I'm going to play with this and that Rig Expert. Maybe.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool. So,
hey, I'll tell you what, Goodgame. If you guys could use some of these, I'll send you some down.
Yeah,
how many do you need?
Well, I don't know. I hadn't looked at them real close yet, so I mean, it's
like
basically
10,
it'd be plenty.
You think?
Yeah,
20?
No, I don't
10?
have room to sit. Yeah.
Well, see, the thing is, like when you order them online, they're like $10 a piece when you order them online. But if you go to Micro Center, they're like $5. Is that about right?
I think I got it for $4 each. Yeah.
Jeez.
We'll figure something out if you can use them.
Yeah.
But you're mostly an Arduino shop though, right? Like with the kids.
What's that?
You mostly use Arduino, right?
Well, I've got Raspberry Pis in there also. We've got Arduino. Some of them, a lot of what they do over here is free choice kind of stuff. I like to have several kits, several things that they can pick up. In fact, I've still got a half constructed guy was building a retro game console with a Raspberry Pi kind of thing. So, it's one of those, I kind of want them just to feel free to explore and make something, whatever it is they want to make. I'm
going to give you a little bit more information. Yeah, they are $4 at Micro Center, but that's not the information. Not only does it support CircuitPython, but it also does MicroPython, C++, and C. So multiple languages.
There you go.
But yeah.
So
the thing is that do you get a Chromebook IDE with those? That's the question. But the web-based one you're using, I mean, you can connect it to USB port. I'm just asking. I don't know.
So we just started this course with them. I've only had the kids 4 days now.
Why are you foot dragging, son?
And so because I'm still trying to connect them. So yeah,
feed them to the wolves.
We ain't spoon feeding them, but so we just started the course. I'm doing, like I said, I'm doing the course with them. So what I'm doing is at night, because I have so much extra time on my hands anyway. At night I'm doing a lesson or two ahead of them, kind of thing, just to do it, and then we're going.
So you can act like a professional, right?
Oh no, I made it clear that my experience with Python is just kind of from goofing off and playing around with it and just seeing what it can do. And so it's actually kind of enjoyable going through a very structured course, even though at the very beginning it feels very beginning. But it's just, I don't know. I'm enjoying it, and I want them to see that even at almost 50 years old, we can still learn new stuff.
Yeah, Python's real cool. I mean, like the integration of RFID cards, the turning on and off of lights. You could actually program things to go on APIs and integrate with Honeywell and be able to turn on and off your AC. You know what I mean? So there's a lot there. It's really cool stuff.
So and that's kind of what I want, is for them to get started. And we're using the edX platform, is where we're streaming this beginning video from.
Rhea is making herself known, so she's got a few of them and an interesting device to play with. Now, dude, I'm asking you because you're a resident expert. So if I buy controllers, like if I buy servos or I buy a Bluetooth controller or whatever for my Arduino, I can use that on the Pi Pico, right?
You should be able to. Yeah, there shouldn't be a problem with that. It's just like, for example, the LCD that I had that I used for the Arduino. I used it for the Raspberry Pi. You know, so there shouldn't be any issue with that. As long as the voltages are the same, which they pretty much are, right? I think the Pico only takes 3 volts. If I let me just check here. But yeah, you should be fine regardless.
But it should also have a 5-volt out, right? So you can run.
Yeah, we discussed that. 3 volts, 3 volts. Yeah, there's a. Where is it? It's on here somewhere. But yeah, you're right. There should be a 5 out as well.
Don saying it's all about the libraries.
Might be the libraries, not libraries. But yes, the answer to your question in simple terms, yeah, absolutely. You could. Those parts are usually integrated or interchangeable.
Terry, I missed that earlier. Thank you for that. Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Terry, how you doing?
Yeah, we're having a little dance.
So we chewed up the whole hour looking at shacks and didn't get to talk, but that's okay. So, well, you got the kind of the Padawan update at the same time. So
good.
We got the Padawan.
Would you say we were shacking off?
We were shacking off. So I think that's exactly what was happening. So
with the Arduino work that you're doing, you're just using all Unos, or do you use any of like the micro Arduino or whatever those other ones are called?
No, it's all the Unos that. And honestly, we didn't do any of it last year. Last year was obviously really wonky because we weren't allowed hardly any group work or anything like that. I mean, it was just. And so this year we started off running, and then, well, I say that, and then all of a sudden they start handing down mask mandates this afternoon. So hopefully we still get to do group work. I do know that they said all activities in the district are now postponed, which of course that includes my after-school club. So that's gonna we'll have to figure something out for that.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna try to do. Good game. I'm gonna try to get my hands on another Rig Expert Zero. And if I could do that, I'm going to send you a whole kit down there. So even the 3D printed part that Thump made. So basically, you guys could assemble, build. I know you're not working with Python or with C++ and Arduino as much right now, right? No. But so you guys could basically assemble that. There's some code on my new video, and you guys could run it and have your own SWR analyzer. You know, it would be really fun for them to learn something that they're interested in, ham radios and Arduino, and they could modify or add onto that code and make it better because it's pretty bad code.
Show that picture. So we had Thump, who is our 3D printer expert extraordinaire buddy. And he designed a case for this. So we've been working on this project with the Rig Expert AA0 board and hooking it up to UART controllers and Unos and stuff like that. He printed out a 3D case that you can put it and squeeze it all in. That is actually really, really cool. So where you have like your own homebrew Rig Expert. And that thing's awesome, ain't it?
Yeah, okay. So that's the same touch panel that we get with the Arduino kits, it looks like.
Exactly right, yeah.
You got it.
And that's the same LCD that comes in that kit as well.
Oh,
that's right.
You've got the Sundowner LCD, you've got that keypad, you've got the Rig Expert AA 30.0, and then the Arduino that's in there.
Yeah.
What color filament did you print that with? It looks like a Cafe au lait or something, or Ace Bandage maybe. I don't know what color that is.
Let me stop that camera. Whoop, I didn't mean to stop my camera. Stop the screen. So it's actually Rainbow 1 is what it's called from Micro Center, and it's supposed to change colors in the spool as it goes. But you have this really long thing of that ugly bronze color, so I'm trying to get rid of it by printing with it.
It looks like Ace Bandage is the color that I would call that.
That's probably a good way to put it.
All right, so we are at the end of an hour, and I would love to keep talking, but I do believe Red's got a video coming.
Yep, Red Seminar's got a video coming up, and then after that, Ham Radio Adventure Guy is doing a live stream with N4H&H.
So, yeah, T.O., you had that link earlier, if you don't mind.
Adam's in the house.
Adam Dennis.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
So,
he's here.
I've been listening to his Random Thoughts. He's killing it. He's doing a great job.
I love that podcast. So if you're not listening to Hamdom Thoughts, the real question is why not? So, but yeah, if one of y'all throw that link in there for them so they can find where to go next. And
Dennis sent me a tweet and he goes, I'm glad you're not too good for Twitter now. I was just I didn't know how to do Twitter. Come on, dude.
I still don't know how to do Twitter.
I don't either.
It is.
I tweet a couple things, but that was it.
Thanks, everybody. Had a great time. Appreciate it.
Y'all. And there's the link to where we're headed next. So y'all head on over there. Y'all take care. We hope to see you on the air. 7-3, everybody.
All right.
Later.
7-3.